I'm alone at work all day today, so I thought it would be a good opportunity for me to give you a tour of my shop. And what my job is to basically fix anything electronic. Computers, TVs, phones, iPads, anything like that. If it's broken, we can do something with it. So in here, this is the front counter. On here we've got the counter machines for doing invoices and work orders and all that junk. There's another one. This area is just for testing, for things that don't need to go back to the lab. If it's something that can be fixed quickly, we'll hook it up here while the customer's waiting, work on it. There are there's 3 benches. 2 benches for computers. That one usually has desktops. This one has laptops. There's some merchandise on the wall. Nothing really to make a point of. Some more merchandise on here. This is mostly bigger stuff like iPads and battery backup systems, cameras, stuff like that. And the wall of power, which is always important when you have a computer store, because people seem to go through power adapters very, very easily. Turning around, we've got the need to call shelf. This is just things that have been done, quality control checked, and just need to alert the customer that it's done. After that, it would go here to the outgoing shelf. This is just stuff that's waiting for customer pickup. Phones, outgoing phone shelf. Counter machine. I don't know, just really basic QuickBooks running stuff. My phone's ringing for some reason. We are still in the process of moving in, actually. That's why there's a lot of junk laying around. It's normally not going to be like this, but it is for the time being. Under this counter, there's the printer, the cash drawer, and the outgoing desktop shelf. In here is an office. Really not much to mention. It's just an empty room. Well, not empty anymore, but a room with a bench and a desk in it, and a bunch of stuff on top of that I have not bothered to figure out where it goes, because I'm lazy. Going down the hall, I can't show you too much of the whiteboard because it has phone numbers and stuff on it, but there is a whiteboard over here. Just imagine that. And then it has some things that we need to do on it. Very, very nice. Coming around here, going to left, is what we call the quiet room. It's a room that we use just for disassembling things. So, and we've got spare parts. So there's all the iPad screens, iPad parts, some cases, iPhone parts, iPod parts, anything that you could want, it's probably on this here. This is the Disassembly Bench, the main one, because this shade goes up. It's broken right now, because I broke it, maybe. But that would go up, and it casts a lot of light onto here, which is very nice when you're working on something intricate, to have as much light as possible. And it's also the soldering station, because there's an outlet over there, and there's not one anywhere else in this room. Storage, this is a 5SI, or a LaserJet 5SI printer, sitting there now, because we can't bother to throw it out. It's just too nice to throw out. These are tools and capacitors and connectors. So there's all the capacitors in these two, some various connectors and stuff, some tools, drills, repair room, I guess you could call that. Before I show you that, kitchen, microwave, cabinets, fridge. That's all you need to know about the kitchen. Coming in, the main part of the lab is this. This is the incoming shelf. And I've got some refurbs to do there. I got to throw some RAM in them and upgrade them to Windows 7. Make them all pretty again. Incoming shelf, so all the incoming desktops, laptops, phones, desktops and laptops, stuff go in there. And this is where all the magic happens, I guess you could say. This is the tech bench. Well, tech bench number 1. We've got 2 of them. So if there's 3 monitors for testing laptops that have broken screens or desktops. Under here, storage for now is on the bottom, and above that in this area here is keyboard and mouse combinations so that you can plug them into a computer and they don't have to be sitting on the bench. Very nice. I like that idea. That was my idea. That's why I like it so much. This is just a tech machine. That's the monitor for all the tech machines. We have a 5-port KVM, well, an 8-port, but only 5 computers set up to it right now. And this is a server rack and tech machine rack. We only have one server in our server rack, and it's got two terabyte drives, and we've only got 20 gigs free on this thing, so we need to work on that. But that's where all the drivers and operating system images and ghost images are stored. Ethernet switch, KVM, tech machines 1 through 5 in there. This tech bench is, well, it's more cluttered, but it does the same thing as the other tech bench. Got 3 monitors, keyboard, mouse storage, and some miscellaneous junk that needs to be sorted through. This is the hard drives that are good. They need to be put in machines when the time comes. This is the waiting for part shelf, so if something needs, for example, if a laptop needs a screen, take the screen out, buy a new one, put it on here so it's out of the way and we know it's waiting for parts. This is the server rack. That won't be there eventually, neither will that. We just don't have any room to put it right now because this room is full of junk. Not really junk, it's all good stuff. It's the incoming, or not incoming, new inventory room. So these are all for special builds. This row right here, this one too actually. And then there's some toners, some monitors, various things that need to be put out for sale or sold on eBay, one or the other. It's also where all of our networking equipment is. So with the cable modem, and the routers and the phone, everything originates from there. Coming back here is the, I guess, back room. The electricity is back here. All the desktop computer storage is here. We do a lot of work for, well, small companies, but we are their entire IT department. So we have to store things that are waiting to be built, or waiting to be deployed, or just waiting for other stuff in here. This is also where eventually the recycling will happen, because we do recycle electronics for the gold and everything. Once we get enough, which we do usually get quite a bit, we'll melt all that down and get some money back for it. More storage, nothing to report there. In the room that's in the way back, which is the smallest one, that's dark and smells bad and has some mold in it, is very basic. It's the air compressor room, because when this door is shut it's pretty quiet everywhere else. And this is laptop chassis and keyboard and everything storage. As I said before, we're still moving in, so this is all a mess. But this little room in here is where we store laptop parts. And the last room is this, the dusting room and the extra parts room. It's pretty small, but I guess it works for what we need. We've got a dust booth. Normally this would have a sheet of plastic over the front, well, a flexible sheet of plastic, and a vacuum attached to it, because this is a downdraft table. So you'd spray the air in there, clean out the computer as it goes down into the vacuum. Very clean, very nice. This is all the spare parts, as I was saying. There's RAM, CPUs, every cord you could imagine, any card you could imagine, extra laptop CD drives, I don't know. There's so much stuff in here, I don't even know. And battery storage as well. We also have our 5 1/4 floppy disks. I don't know, this isn't the one, but there are, well, maybe not. Maybe these have all been CDs. Well, CD storage. There you go, I learned something today. And various other things are in here that don't need mentioning, because they're not important. So, I'm going to walk up back to the front here. This is where I work every day, and I like it. I think it's a good design, good layout and everything. Still working on moving in, but for the most part we're all set up, and this is what I do. So, I hope you enjoyed this little tour of my job and what I do every day and where I am and how it's laid out. So, that's what it's like to be me. Thank you for watching, and if you have any questions or comments, feel free to leave them, and I'll get back to you as soon as possible. Thanks.